Have you ever canceled plans at the last minute and felt relief? Like a weight just lifted off your shoulders? Maybe you've been called boring, antisocial, or even weird for preferring a quiet night at home over a party. But what if I told you that your love for staying home isn't a flaw? It's actually a deeply rooted psychological pattern that says more about your brain, your values, and your emotional intelligence than most people realize. Today, we're diving into the real reasons why some people are just wired to love home. And trust me, it's not what you think.
If you're the kind of person who feels genuinely happier at home than anywhere else, and you've ever wondered if there's something wrong with you, spoiler alert, there's not. Then make sure to subscribe, because we're about to unpack this in a way that'll make you feel seen, understood, and maybe even a little proud of who you are.
Let's start with something most people don't talk about: the sensory overload factor. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, being social, being out there. But here's what they don't tell you. Constant stimulation is exhausting. Every conversation, every crowded place, every unexpected noise, every bright light, it all registers in your brain as data that needs processing. And for some people, their nervous system is just more sensitive to all of this input. Think about it. When you're out in public, your brain is working overtime. You're reading facial expressions, managing social cues, filtering background noise, navigating spaces, making micro decisions every single second. It's like running 10 apps on your phone at once. Eventually, the battery drains. And when you finally get home, that's when you can close all those apps. That's when your system gets to rest. People who love staying home aren't avoiding life. They're protecting their energy. They've learned, whether consciously or not, that their mental and emotional battery has limits. And instead of pushing through until they burn out, they've built a lifestyle that honors those limits. That's not weakness. That's wisdom.
Now, let's talk about control and predictability. One of the most underrated reasons people love being at home is because home is the one place in life where you actually have control. You control the temperature, the lighting, the noise level, who's there, what you do, and when you do it. There's no pressure to perform, no surprises you didn't sign up for, no social scripts you have to follow. Out in the world, you're constantly adjusting. You're being polite when you don't feel like it, pretending to care about small talk, managing other people's expectations and moods. But at home, you can just be. You can wear what you want, eat what you want, do what you want, and exist without an audience. For a lot of people, especially those who've experienced trauma, anxiety, or just the general chaos of modern life, that sense of control is priceless. It's not about hiding from the world. It's about creating a space where you don't have to defend your right to exist as you are. Here's another angle most people miss: the depth versus breadth personality divide. Some people are wired to seek breadth. Lots of experiences, lots of people, lots of variety. They thrive on novelty. But others are wired for depth. They'd rather have one meaningful conversation than 10 shallow ones. They'd rather master one hobby than dabble in 20. They'd rather cultivate a rich inner world than chase external validation. And guess what? Depth requires solitude. You can't think deeply when you're constantly interrupted. You can't reflect, create, or truly know yourself if you're always surrounded by noise. People who love staying home are often the ones who've realized that the most interesting place they can explore is their own mind. They're not bored at home, they're engaged. They're reading, learning, creating, thinking, building something internal that no one else can see, but that makes them feel alive.
If you're nodding along right now thinking, yes, this is exactly me, and you're realizing that maybe you're not weird, maybe you're just wired differently, then do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, because we're going even deeper, and you'll want to be here for what comes next. Let's talk about something a bit more vulnerable, the self-protection instinct. Not everyone who loves staying home started out that way. For some, it's a learned behavior. Maybe they grew up in a chaotic household where home wasn't safe, so now as adults, they finally created the sanctuary they never had. Maybe they've been hurt by people, betrayed, rejected, misunderstood, and home became the one place where they couldn't be hurt again. There's a difference between choosing solitude and hiding from pain. And honestly, a lot of people are doing both. They love being home because it genuinely feels good, but also because the world outside has disappointed them one too many times. And here's the thing, that's okay. It's okay to need time to heal. It's okay to build walls while you figure out who you can trust. But it's also important to recognize when those walls become a prison, when staying home stops being a choice and starts being a fear. Because here's the paradox. Home can be both your greatest strength and your biggest trap. It can be the place where you recharge, create, and thrive, but it can also become the place where you stagnate, avoid growth, and let fear make your decisions. The line between healthy solitude and unhealthy isolation is thinner than most people think. And it's not about how much time you spend at home. It's about why you're staying there. Are you staying home because it genuinely feels good? Because it aligns with your values? Because it gives you energy? Or are you staying home because you're scared of judgment, scared of failure, scared of being seen? One is empowerment. The other is avoidance. And sometimes, even the person doing it doesn't know which one they're experiencing. So let's get practical for a second. If you love staying home, here's how to make sure it's serving you and not limiting you. First, check in with your reasons. Write them down if you have to. Why do you prefer being home? Is it because you genuinely enjoy your own company and your hobbies? Or is it because you're avoiding something uncomfortable? Both can be true at the same time, by the way, but awareness is the first step. Second, make sure you're still connected to life in some way. You don't have to be social in the traditional sense, but you do need connection. Maybe that's an online community, a Discord server, a weekly call with a friend, a walk in nature, where you feel connected to something bigger. Humans are social creatures, even the introverted ones. We just need connection on our own terms. Third, don't let comfort become your cage. Comfort is beautiful, but growth happens outside of it. You don't have to become a party animal or start saying yes to every invitation, but challenge yourself sometimes. Go to that event you're nervous about. Have that conversation you've been avoiding. Take that trip, even if it's just a day trip. Not because staying home is wrong, but because you deserve to know that you can handle the world when you choose to engage with it. And here's the most important part. Loving your own company is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. In a world that's constantly trying to sell you on the idea that you need more friends, more experiences, more stuff, being content at home is a radical act. It means you've found peace within yourself. It means you don't need external validation to feel whole. It means you've built an inner world so rich that you don't need constant entertainment to feel alive. But don't confuse peace with stagnation. Peace is active. It's choosing rest when you need it, but also choosing challenge when you're ready. It's knowing when to retreat and when to show up. It's honoring your need for solitude, while also honoring your need for growth.
So here's my question for you. What does home mean to you? Is it your sanctuary, your prison, or something in between? Are you a homebody by choice or by fear? And most importantly, are you happy with the answer? Because at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong way to live. There's only what works for you. And if staying home works for you, if it makes you feel alive, creative, peaceful, and whole, then own it. Don't apologize for it. Don't let anyone make you feel like there's something wrong with you. But if staying home has started to feel less like a choice and more like a habit you can't break, then maybe it's time to ask yourself what you're really avoiding. Not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself. Because the goal isn't to become someone you're not. The goal is to become the fullest, freest version of who you already are.
All right. We've covered a lot today, and I hope this gave you a new perspective on what it really means to love staying home. Before you go, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that button so you don't miss future videos where we dive deep into the psychology behind everyday behaviors. And if this resonated with you, leave a like to let me know. Finally, there's another video on screen right now that explores related topics about personality, solitude, and self-awareness. Go check it out and keep this journey going. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.